The greatest mistake we make about human intelligence is believing that every mind operates on the same basic software. Have you ever been in a conversation with someone who casually links ancient history, modern business strategy, human psychology, and maybe even a bizarre fact about marine biology, and somehow they make it all fit together perfectly? It leaves you wondering if they just have a superhuman memory or if they are simply reading 10 books a day. But assuming they are just smarter or more well read misses the point entirely. They're not simply absorbing more data than you are. They are processing reality through a fundamentally different mental lens. This is the mind of the polymath. A polymath does not look at human knowledge as a series of separate, isolated boxes. To them, the universe is not divided into subjects. They see invisible threads connecting concepts where most people only see random, unrelated pieces of information. While the average person spends their life hunting for specific answers, the polymath spends their life hunting for underlying patterns. This single shift in perspective completely alters how they solve problems, how they navigate uncertainty, and how they understand the world. And it is exactly why their thought process can sometimes seem entirely alien or even confusing to those around them. Today, we are going to strip away the myths about extreme intelligence and relentless curiosity. We are going to look under the hood of the polymathic mind. You're going to uncover the hidden cognitive habits that allow these individuals to spot opportunities, avoid catastrophic mistakes, and see fundamental truths that the rest of the world walks right past. Some of these insights might challenge everything you were taught in school about how to learn. Make sure you stick with me until the very end, because the final concept we discuss will completely flip your understanding of what it actually means to think differently. Let us begin. The first defining trait of the polymathic mind is their compulsive need to compress complexity. They have an instinctive drive to boil thousands of chaotic details down into a handful of timeless, unbreakable principles. The biggest gap between a polymath and the average person has nothing to do with the volume of knowledge they possess. It is entirely about how that knowledge is structured inside their head. Most people treat their brains like a dusty attic, endlessly stuffing it with random facts, dates, names, and trivia. But a polymath is completely uninterested in hoarding information. Instead, they are always asking one ruthless question: what is the core engine driving all of this? Picture a massive, towering oak tree. When most people look at it, they focus on the thousands of fluttering leaves, the sprawling branches, and the overall shape against the sky. They get lost in the details. A polymath looks at the exact same tree and immediately thinks about the root system hiding underground. They know that the invisible roots dictate the health, the size, and the survival of everything happening above the surface. They are obsessed with finding the hidden structure that holds the entire system together. This is the exact reason why polymaths rarely get overwhelmed in highly complex, high-pressure situations. Their brain acts as a natural filter, stripping away the useless noise and holding onto the structural load-bearing truths. Instead of trying to carry around 10,000 separate facts, which is exhausting and inefficient, they build a few powerful mental models that can explain 10,000 different situations. Let us look at something as universal as cooking. When an average person decides they want to learn how to cook, they usually go out and buy a massive cookbook. They try to memorize hundreds of specific recipes. And what happens? The moment they are missing a single ingredient, or they are forced to cook in a kitchen without measuring cups, they completely freeze up. They cannot function outside the exact parameters of the instructions they memorized. A polymath approaches the kitchen entirely differently. They do not care about the recipe for chicken parmesan. Instead, they spend their energy learning a handful of foundational culinary principles. They study the balance of salt, fat, acid, and heat. They learn how different textures contrast with one another and how timing changes the chemical structure of proteins. Once those fundamental rules are deeply understood, they never need to look at a recipe again. They can walk into a kitchen, look at a random assortment of leftover ingredients, and instantly know how to combine them into an incredible meal. They understand the rules of the game rather than memorizing the results of previous games. This exact same compression of complexity happens in business, in relationships, in scientific research, and in the quiet moments of everyday life. When a crisis hits while everyone else is running around frantically asking what they should do in this specific, unique scenario, the polymath takes a step back. They ask, what fundamental rule governs all situations that look like this? By identifying that underlying rule, they bypass years of painful trial and error. This habit of searching for the root principle is precisely why polymaths often ask questions that seem completely off topic to the people around them. If you are discussing a marketing problem, they might suddenly ask you about evolutionary biology. They are not losing focus. They are not easily distracted. They are actively trying to map the problem at hand onto a deeper, universal pattern that they have seen in a completely different discipline. Once they find that match, a problem that seemed impossibly confusing suddenly becomes incredibly simple to solve. This is the ultimate leverage. A polymath does not win because they have memorized every answer on the test. They win because they understand the mechanics of the test itself. When you finally understand how the engine works, you no longer need to waste your time memorizing every single screw and wire in the machine. The second major shift in the polymathic mind is that they perceive knowledge as a living, breathing organism. For the vast majority of society, learning has a very clear, distinct finish line. It is an event. It starts in kindergarten, it ramps up through high school, it peaks during college or vocational training, and then once they receive a piece of paper with a stamp on it, learning slowly fades into the background noise of life. Once people land a comfortable job, they unconsciously adopt the belief that they already know enough to survive. From that day forward, they essentially spend the next 40 years simply repeating the things they learned by the time they were 22. A polymath views the concept of learning through a completely shattered paradigm. To them, knowledge is not static, It is not confined to the pages of a textbook or the walls of a lecture hall. Knowledge is alive. It is constantly mutating, evolving, and hiding in places where normal people never even think to look. To a polymath, life itself is the ultimate, never ending university. Every single conversation they have becomes a masterclass. Every embarrassing mistake becomes an unfiltered, brutally honest teacher. Every agonizing failure carries high definition data that you could never find in a best selling business book. Even a bitter disagreement with someone they dislike is viewed as an opportunity to map out a completely different psychological landscape. Imagine you are sitting in a crowded local coffee shop. If you look around, what is everyone doing? Most people are completely wrapped up in their own internal monologue, staring blankly out the window, or entirely absorbed by the endless scroll on their smartphones. They are physically present, but mentally checked out. Now, put a polymath in that exact same seat. Their mind is quietly running in the background, absorbing the environment. They might notice the precise choreography of how the baristas move behind the counter during a rush. Extracting a lesson about supply chain efficiency, they might observe the body language of a couple on a first date, picking up subtle cues about human vulnerability and social signaling. They might analyze the pricing structure on the menu board to understand behavioral economics and consumer psychology. They are not doing this because they are nosy or hyperactive. They do this because their brain is naturally calibrated to harvest insights from incredibly ordinary moments. This continuous low-grade processing of reality is why polymaths seem to grow at an exponential rate compared to people who only learn when they sit down to read a book. Do not get me wrong, books are incredibly valuable, but real life pushes software updates to your brain every single second if you are paying attention. A psychology book can give you a neat, bulleted list explaining how trust is formed in the human brain, but a painful betrayal by a close friend teaches you what the shattering of trust actually feels like in your nervous system. A business seminar can give you a framework for leadership, but trying to manage a team of conflicting, stressed out personalities during a massive crisis will show you how leadership actually functions in the messy reality of the real world. What makes this worldview so intensely powerful is that for a polymath, absolutely nothing is ever wasted. Every experience is compost for future wisdom. A terrible financial decision simply becomes an expensive tuition fee for a masterclass in risk management. A long, difficult season of depression or anxiety becomes raw data for understanding the depths of human resilience. Even a fleeting 5-minute conversation with an elderly stranger on a park bench can spark an explosive new idea that changes the entire trajectory of their career. The polymath deeply understands that the world is quietly whispering profound lessons every single day. The classroom never actually closes because life never stops administering tests. While most people sit around waiting for a teacher, a mentor, or a boss to spoon feed them new information, the polymath is aggressively extracting knowledge from the people they pass on the street, the frustrating problems they are forced to solve, and the quiet moments of observation that everyone else ignores. This brings us to the final and perhaps the most important shift in how they think. Polymaths do not just consume information, they synthesize it. Synthesis is the magical process where two completely unrelated ideas are smashed together to create something entirely new. When you look at history, the greatest breakthroughs rarely came from someone digging deeper into a single specialized hole. They came from someone who stood at the intersection of two different fields. Steve Jobs didn't just know about computer engineering, he was obsessed with calligraphy and design, which is why early computers began featuring beautiful typography, while everything else looked like a rigid military terminal. The Wright brothers were bicycle mechanics, and they applied the principles of balance and steering from bicycles to the seemingly impossible problem of human flight. This is what happens when you stop seeing yourself as just an engineer, just an artist, just a marketer, or just a student. When you embrace the polymathic mindset, you give yourself permission to wander across boundaries. You realize that learning about philosophy makes you a better coder, that understanding music theory makes you a better public speaker, and that studying nature makes you a better architect. The boundaries between subjects are just illusions created by schools to make testing easier. Reality has no boundaries. If you want to start thinking like a polymath, you have to stop asking what you need to memorize and start asking how things connect. Start looking for the roots instead of the leaves. Treat every failure as data, every stranger as a teacher, and every ordinary moment as a hidden lesson. The world is vastly more fascinating than we give it credit for, and the only thing required to see it is a shift in your perspective. If this video challenged the way you think about intelligence and learning, make sure you hit the subscribe button right now. We are constantly exploring the deepest corners of human psychology, mental models, and the hidden habits of history's greatest thinkers. Leave a comment down below with the most surprising thing you have learned from a completely random experience. And if you want to keep expanding your mind, click on the video on your screen right now to dive deeper into the psychology of high performers. I will see you over there.